Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. This one is timeless and it is love based. We're gonna see how your crush feels about you. Now my last upload was kind of seeing if anyone has a crush on you. You guys really love that topic, so we're gonna follow up with your perspective. Well, your person that you have specifically in mind's perspective. So this is gonna apply to all of the types of connections, right? Those of you that are single, those of you that have someone in mind, those of you that have like a soulmate, twin flame, all of the labels, whatever it is, okay? So I'm not going to delay this any further. We're going to hop right into the pile selection. This is the point in the reading in which those of you that are visually impaired, or if you simply like to listen to me verbally describe each pile, you can select now. Pile 1 is the paintbrushes that are in a 10 bucket. Pile 2, it's the paintbrushes that are in a two-toned deep and light orange cup. And then pile 3 is also paintbrushes that are in kind of a neutral toned tan ceramic cup. Okay, I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1. So let's see how your crush feels about you. I have my Afro Goddess Oracle, my Afro Goddess Volume 2 that I'm gonna do. I do have Spirit de la Lune here. We're gonna continue with that sparkly theme, and I do have a ton of clarifying decks that we're gonna go into. So let me just start right here with this, and let's get an overview of an energy for how your crush feels about you. Is this upright? It is. Studying. This person may be in school, they may be learning something, they be very studious by nature. It does say alchemy right here, so this person may be in a transitional phase right now. And I say that because I just want to make sure I was holding the deck up right, but we got the book. So again, this person's in their learning studious phase. And since we're asking how your crush feels about you specifically, they may feel that you're like a book of knowledge, like a whole wealth of knowledge, just a lot to learn about you, just a very interesting person. All right. This could also be someone that is actively watching you. Yeah. The mice is interesting that it was revealing itself. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock the stand. Maybe some gossip going on around you. Like there may be a lot of people asking about you at this point in time. I don't know why I tried that, but I just want to see. You may be, I don't know why it's taking so long for me to get a good shuffle. Something about like a delay. You've got a lot of cards. Okay. Let's see what this one is. The letter. I mentioned the book, but you have the letter. Okay, so the letter talks about communication. But it also talks about information. And I mentioned that I saw the mice earlier, so there might be a lot of conversations surrounding you just in general. Whether this is conversations that your crush is having or just people around your crush, but something about these conversations, messages about you. Seems relevant to how your crush feels about you. Others of you, it's like this may be your crush wanting to reach out if you two are in no contact, or if you haven't spoken in a while, or even if you talk a lot. It just confirms that your crush wants to communicate with you either more or just is excited about communicating with you in general. Okay, and then let me move this so that we can lay this out. The black fox is a bit sly. I do want to grab the book for this in a second, but it's kind of a sneaky energy. It's an energy of moving in silence beneath the radar. And I think I do want to I'm going to pause in a second and grab the book just to make sure that I'm getting everything from this card. But yeah, it talks about just kind of being very cunning. And again, there was some kind of highly studious energy coming through initially at the pile. It's very slow moving energy for this breed, okay? It's very slow moving. So your person may be just very easygoing, very slow moving, not very much in a hurry, like the type of person that can spend like months reading a book, like taking their time to really appreciate it. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Even with you, it's like a slow moving kind of taking their time like approach to like really understanding you. That's what I'm getting from your crush. But yeah, this is that sneaky energy coming through. This person may be very well just following up or asking questions about you in a way that you don't know about. You do have the God, which is the man. Like this is like a Lenormand based deck, so the God would be the man. So there's many of you that may be asking about a masculine specifically, like you may have a crush on someone that is masculine presenting or has masculine energy as their dominant, or simply just this person could be one of the individuals this person's asking about, or like interacting with as it relates to you. Okay, something about, because I see conversations, I see messages, I see lots of words, but you do have a lot of cards coming through. So take the bottom, you have the ring. So some of you, this person's like wanting, right? Since this is crush, I'll lead with the new energy. It could be your current partner we're talking about. This could be even your spouse. Some of you, especially those of you in the committed connections, this person's talking to about you to people, especially like people that didn't know they were in a connection or even married, if it's that deep of a connection, and they're like discussing it with people, and people are like, oh, I didn't realize that this person was in a situation. That's interesting, blah, 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 blah. Others of you, I do still see like kind of an energy coming through where your crush is kind of maybe discussing, if it's incoming energy, with other people, like that they are crushing on you, or that they're interested in getting to know you, or that they have been talking to you. Whatever the status, whatever stage, whatever your level of the connection is, that is what your person is telling people. Because there's a lot of gossip, there's a lot of conversations happening that I was getting from this deck. And it's a slow moving energy. It's not like fast paced talking. It's kind of like a prolonged duration, if that makes sense. I don't need the book. I'm fine. But yeah, as it relates to how your crush feels, serious with the ring, okay? Like they're feeling committed, even if they haven't discussed this with you with the Black Fox. They're taking themselves a little seriously. Anytime I see the man or woman in a deck come out in a reading of this nature, it's not necessarily gender, it's more a sense of maturity, right? Because they're also a card in this deck called the Child. So like child would be immature energy, whereas the God or the Goddess is like grown-up energy. This person's feeling a lot more mature, even if they haven't communicated it with the Black Fox. A little more what's the word, like that, like not sly, like kind of cunning, like just something very like, I don't even want to, the word I'm hearing is suave, but that's not the word at all. It's like your person just feels like very in their power when, like, based on how they're having their crush. I hope you understand what I'm trying to get. I can't make this point, and I don't know why. I'm having issues communicating. So maybe your person isn't the best verbal communicator. Maybe they're better as it relates to words and messages, like writing versus speaking, especially with Black Fox. Again, that's low-key energy. And your person does come across as low-key. They may be super secretive just in general, but especially as it relates to this connection, that's the energy I'm getting through right now. I do feel that how your person feels is being communicated, whether verbally or not. Like that seems to be the hugest theme, is this person kind of communicating how serious they are about you, or how serious they are in their intentions towards you. Okay? Because like I'm asking about feelings, but I'm getting messages regarding like commitment, right? And it doesn't have to be like formal on paper marriage, just it's commitment though. So let's get into these tarot decks for this tarot deck, because I spent a lot of time on this oracle deck, but I mean, I'm glad I pulled it out because I I got a little more insights about your crush. So tell me more about pile one's crush. How does pile one's crush feel about them? Okay. You make this person a lot more mature than they see themselves, and possibly how other people see them as well, just with this combination we have. Okay. Tell me more about pile one's crush. How does pile one's crush feel about them? I would like 3 cards in the bottom. Thank you. Intense. Very intense. This is the 10 of Wands. It is a message of hard work. It is a message of kind of maxed out energy, burnt out, but it's excitement, right? It's pure energy. And so like your person feels very overwhelmed just in general by you. Maybe that is the commitment energy, like feeling very pressured in some sense. Like, man, I really like pile one, especially if it's brand new. Like seeing where this fits in, right? Because this is some kind of I typically see it as burnout energy, like someone that is constantly in your energy all the time. They may think about you a lot. And it's also like some energy that we can't tap into, like a very excited sort of energy, but it does feel very overwhelming, right? So that is the energy coming through, how your person's energy is coming through. And the reason why it's interesting for me is because with the fox and the guy, like that's very easygoing, relaxed presenting energy. Like it's like beneath the surface. It's someone that's like cool, calm, and collected. But internally, as it relates to the feelings, this person's like feeling a lot, okay, with the 10 of Wands. So let me see if I can get these other 2 cards, and then we will take the bottom. So like as easygoing and smooth as this person may come across, or not bothered, however this person's come across and how slow they may move or stable they seem, on the inside as it relates to how they feel about you, it's chaotic, okay? But in a good way. And clearly, because like in me preparing for this reading, I like messed up my whole rug. I might pause in a second because now that I'm aware of it, I can't just, let me fix that. Yeah, sorry about that. Like the whole, like I can't leave it like that. I had to fix it. But that's kind of the disarray that you have your person in. So it's like they're presenting very put together, like that God card, like that Black Fox energy. But really they're like all over the place internally. And then you've got the 7 of Pentacles, which is very beautiful energy because it talks about a harvest after a lot of work has been put in. So your person feels like you're someone that they would want to put a lot of work in and invest in if they have not already. Again, various stages. Those of you that are in a commitment, a formal commitment, you already know this, but those of you where it's brand new, this person's investing long term. Like a ring is an asset, right? It's something that you present as a symbol of a long-term connection. And with this harvest, this person already can see, especially you new phases, this person sees it already where this could be headed. That's what the this anxiety is in 10 of Wands. But again, that is a large workload. It is maxed out energy. So someone giving their all. Like this person's feeling like they want to give you their all, like all of their energy, everything they have, so that investment eventually pays off. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. Their person may be very formal in the way they present themselves or just the way they carry themselves. But again, if they can tell that like investing in this connection with you would pay off long term, and they're feeling very, very stable and unstable as a result, right? Like they're feeling unstable because like they're freaking out, they're really invested emotionally, especially at an early stage. And like they're worried about the longevity of it because they see the potential of this harvest with the 7 of Pentacles. They see the benefits. They see how rewarding this experience would be by being with you, okay? So I think that's very sweet that the primary energy from your tarot is that your person wants to give you all of their energy, everything they have, because they know they'll get it back in return, right? Like they know it'll pay off long term. It's very stable energy coming through. So let's see. God of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like earth energy, very stable. So earth energy, it is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. That doesn't have to be your person's placements, but it could definitely be your person's placements. Even if not, this is the energy that your person projects out dominantly to other people. So when it comes down to it, your person comes across like, you see how formal in a suit the God is with the ring, like very commitment oriented, very stable, very grounded materially, like doesn't lack in any way with this Seven of Pentacles and this God of Pentacles, especially if your person is like masculine presenting or just dominantly masculine in their energy and the way they approach life. Like look at the land, you see all of the I think that's corn actually, or coins could be, but whatever it is, a very fruitful harvest around this God of Pentacles. And so with that, following that Seven of Pentacles, that's exactly the energy that your person feels with you. This is very stable, commitment minded energy. If you were curious, this is a person that's very serious about you and sees the long-term potential and would want to be stable with you. Okay. At the bottom, we've got the Six of Wands. Exactly. This person feels, your crush feels that you are like the ultimate catch. Okay? Like your person feels like you're the ultimate catch. And remember, I always speak in polarities with these general messages. So this may not be you. If this masculine energy is not you, sorry, some of you, this is you. I'll go back to that in a second, but I'm reading this as though it is your person. Some of you, this is you, your energy, and these are the qualities that is attracting your crush to you, that's making your crush feel very stable and secure and comfortable in their crush or their connection with you, whatever the stage is, okay? But the Six of Wands, it is success, it is victory, it is praise. And so this person feels like being with you would be a win, okay? Especially with the Seven of Pentacles, that harvest. Like this is something, like locking you down would be something to be proud of, okay, in this person's mind. So let's go into these astrology-based oracle decks and we'll get more clarity on how your crush is feeling about you. But they see you as like the ultimate catch, the ultimate prize. Yeah, but you have Scorpio energy here, the shaman, and that is also foresight energy. Like the shaman kind of can see where everything is headed, and this person kind of feels like they have a clear view of kind of who you would be in a connection, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm not sure how well you know this person. Again, you're all at various stages, but something about this feels like a very slow moving, stable pile, someone that really kind of already has an idea of who you are and how you function with the shaman, okay? And that also talks about like that easygoing energy. This person kind of feels like a connection with you would be a little bit easygoing, like any hard work would be worth it, but overall it's stable enough that it doesn't require all of the effort, all of the stress and struggle that other connections would need, right? And also some of you, this person feels like they're finally at a place where they're mature enough with that, all of this mature energy coming through to kind of handle a connection that you would require. Because I feel like the Ten of Wands is a heavy energy of like someone that's kind of always overexerted themselves in some sense. And since we're talking about this person's feelings and we're looking at romance, it looks like they feel like all of the work, all of the growth, everything they've kind of experienced, whether romantically or just growth as a person, kind of led them to the place of this Seven of Pentacles moment where they're able to engage someone like you on a romantic level, if that makes sense. But yeah, the shaman energy, that is Scorpio energy. And it also talks about like eighth house energy of inheritances, of transformation. So your person likely went through some huge changes or is looking to make some huge changes as a result of like how they're feeling for you. Again, this is also the energy that I can't touch on. Very sensual energy coming through with the eighth house. But yeah, this person also, again, with the fox energy and the energy of what was that energy earlier I had where I said they probably like observe you or like check in and whatnot. Like that energy is also coming through again with the shaman, like the foresight. Okay, at the bottom we have Virgo energy, the healer. We do have earth sign here, so Virgo, Scorpio is on the table. Yeah, we don't have any major arcana yet, so yes, Virgo and Scorpio on the table, but the healer. This person feels like first of all, just the crush on you gives them like butterflies. It makes them feel really good. Like just the feelings they have, that excitement, it makes them feel very good. They feel like it's healing of them, especially if they're the type that takes themselves too seriously or kind of puts themselves in situations where they're often overextending or overexerting themselves. They feel like just the joy of liking you or loving you, again, whatever stage, is healing. And also with the Virgo being the healer, that's sixth house energy, that is health, wellness, that is your day-to-day, it's your work. Like this person feels like something about you would make them, or you do make them, more productive. Like they'd be more productive, more efficient, have better attention to detail, a lot smarter. Just something about you. Maybe it's the way you come across, because some of this stable energy could be you. You're very grounded and stable, very serious and mature in some sense. And this person just feels like being with you would be like a healing. It would be an elevation with this Six of Wands. Okay. Yeah, Virgo definitely is also acts of service. So again, with this energy, your person may have a history of like always being the giver in connections, because I kind of get that with the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, especially the God of Pentacles. It's like this person's used to being the more stable one in the connection. And so they're used to overextending. But here, oh yeah, definitely with Scorpio, like other people's money, like always having to extend. Here, they're feeling like they would get that in return. They would get that with you. Like something about you feels like just someone that is built to be in a commitment. Kind of, that's how they're feeling. That's the way they're presenting their perception of you to me, the reader. Okay, that's the way their energy is coming through. So let's see what this other astrology based oracle deck has to say. Tell me more about Pile One person, right? Well, how does Pile One's crush feel about them? All right. That almost came out. So this person may hesitate a little bit. Why is that there? I'm curious. What's the sneaky energy? Sorry, look, I can't even hold the cards right. South Node destined to release. So South Node talks about your comfortable skills, right? This is the areas of your life that you come into this world naturally gifted, right? Like these are your strengths. This is what you're comfortable doing. This is where you naturally excel without working very hard. And it says destined to release because you're eventually, people think you're supposed to kind of go away from the South Node. I don't believe that. I believe you're supposed to utilize that energy to propel you forward to that other polarity, because there's always a polarity, right? For example, we do have Scorpio on the table, so the opposite sign of that would be Taurus, right? You have Virgo on the table, the opposite side of that would be Pisces. So whatever characteristics of that opposing sign, right, to this would be the energy you're meant to develop in this life. And so this lets me know that this person sees you as someone they could be very, very comfortable and just naturally good at being with, okay? Right? Like they feel like they would be very, very comfortable, very, very comfortable with you. Not that they wouldn't have to grow, because I do see areas where they would have to grow, but you wouldn't challenge, being with you wouldn't be so much of a challenge as other areas of their lives. For example, right? Because some people feel like South Node connections hold you back. Not necessarily the case. It could be that someone from your South Node gives you the comfort that you need to really focus on the external areas of your North Node, if that makes sense. So this person feels like being with you would be such a comforting, nurturing, healing experience that they'd be able to focus on all of the other things that they need to focus on, all of their victories and that Six of Wands, all of the harvest of the Seven of Pentacles, right? The stability of the God of Pentacles. They just feel like you would be the one kind of, I don't want to say pillar, but like you would be somewhere where they know it's stable, it's good, the one thing that they don't have to worry about. Okay, so let's see. You do have house 10, exactly the energy. That's why South Node threw itself on the Black Fox and the God. It's kind of like you would be good. Like they wouldn't have to focus too much, almost to the point where, especially if this person's very success and career driven, like I'm getting in this card, like kind of like, not that you would fade into the background, because some of you, I am getting that. I'm getting some of you, it's almost like they would be able to keep this private and healthy and clean while they go out and do what they do. Others of you, it's kind of like you connecting. So some of you, it's like one of you would like fade in, like you would, this person kind of feels like in a positive way that you would let them be, I guess, the star, right? The God of Pentacles, the energy of like taking the lead. Others of you, this person's feeling like you would be a good match to complement that energy. So whichever way. This is not a person that's going to take the back seat though, I don't feel. Unless this energy that I'm reading on the table, like unless you're seeing yourself as this God of Pentacles and this number 28, the God, like if you're that energy, then yeah, but outside of that, the person that I'm reading wants to be at the either in the lead or in a partnership. Like this is not going to be a submissive person, okay? But house 10, I'm talking about this person feeling like being with you would make them comfortable and stable to where they could focus on the external things. And then you get the house 10 of structure, discipline, life, mission, accomplishment, and career. This is the house of career and social status. That's the energy coming through, that wisdom of the owl. And so, yeah, I mean, I feel like your person truly does that. One of you may have the South Node in the 10th house, right? Very, very comfortable. This combination tells me that someone is very, very comfortable in their skills that they're currently on with their career, social status, right? Especially those of you where this person is like the lead and kind of like the breadwinner, like seeing themselves as being the breadwinner in whatever connection that comes out to be. They feel like you would actually be some good arm candy if you're not in a power couple dynamic. That's just how this person sees. Like this person that like your crush kind of has it mapped out where you would fit with them. Whether it is arm candy, whether it is a power couple dynamic, or whether it is someone taking the lead, okay? But again, this person feels like, I know this isn't all of the emotions. I mean, this person sees you more as an asset than anything. And they see you as like that good on paper counterpart. So like, we'll see if we can get more energy. But yeah, even Taurus's energy here, I didn't even realize that, right? It says trust, patience, and sensuality. Now there's that slow moving patient energy, someone they could build with. But like I said, it just feels very interesting to me that this person, like we'll pull some love-based cards, but this person sees you as just like someone that makes sense to be with, okay? Okay, now we are back in frame. Everything's clear. It was a bit foggy, so I wanted to shift. But yeah, this person feels like they see you as just an asset, right? We've got and then right after I said that, I get the card that rules assets, right? Taurus, second house energy. So stable, like I don't really know the setting in which you interact with your crush or where you've met your crush or what leads them to believe this, but this is all about like, it makes sense. Like this is a pile of your crushes, like, yeah, pile one, I like pile one a lot. Being with pile one would make sense, okay? And again, they're excited about it. There's a lot of attraction here, a lot of sensual energy here, a lot of passion here, but they feel very comfortable and confident. I don't know if your person just has issues with security or not, but security seems to be the major theme for the reasons why they're interested in you, right? Because your crush is very much interested in you, but the reasons are very materially, physically based, if that makes sense. Like it's a stable environment for them. They like it. They'd be willing to roll with it. So let me pull from this Moonology deck and get more energy. Like especially with the South Node and 10th, like they feel like you would just be really good. Like some of you, this person just feels like being with you would be really good for their career, their business, whatever it is, their social status. Like it would just, like, again. So let me see. Tell me more. There's also a balance in finances here. Like they feel like the finances would be good, especially like I know I say materially based, but I want to specify finances since we have Taurus Scorpio here, the axis of your money versus other people's money. They feel like it would be good. Like they feel like it would be beneficial to be with you financially. Expect powerful change, and new moon eclipse hit the floor. I want another one because I wasn't quite ready, so I'll take 2 exactly, and I'll see what's at the bottom in a second. So again, new moon eclipse, expect powerful change. Yeah, something about this person, they feel like being with you would be a positive shift in their world. And then you have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Something about you, like, I don't know if you just understand their communication style, just communicating with you is easy. Something about you makes them feel, depending on what stage you are, if you're not already connected, it feels like you would just work really well because you would be easy to talk to, easy to interact with. They wouldn't have to work that hard to get along with you, if that makes sense, to be on the same page with you. And that's interesting. And those are all really good reasons, actually some of the best reasons to be with someone. Like I said, there's passion here, but I'm also looking to see like feelings, because these are all thoughts, but that's where your person is. So a lot of you, maybe the feelings aren't that. I'm feeling like so far this pile, those of you that are connected and committed, you already know how this person feels. So maybe the feelings aren't the question for you if you're connected. Therefore, these are all of the qualities they're liking, the things that they like about it, regardless of feelings. Others of you, it's a new thing, and this person's kind of conceptualizing a connection or potential connection with you, and it might be too soon for feelings to be there, right? Like they may not know you well enough for there to be emotional feelings, because again, there's a lot of passion on the table, lots of physical attraction on the table, but it's like, okay, well, all of these qualities in pile 1 make sense. So at the bottom, you do have bring love into the situation. So I think it's interesting that the card that says bring love into the situation is Aquarius energy, which is very much the next house, 11th house energy from 10. So it is still career social status, because it's just a shift over to professional networks, social networks, collaborations. It is collective community-based energy. So it's still very public. Like this person feels like being with you would be very good publicly for them. And so, like I said, bring love into the situation. They do like you. They're very interested in you, depending on the stage. But like they feel like being with you would make them more likable to other people. Would bring love into the situation. Like they would become more valued socially and or career wise, okay, and in certain networks. So whatever that means, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to place this. I think, you know what, let's just layer in this way. Great. So let's see what Melanin Pop has to say. Tell me more about Pile 1's person, okay? Tell me about Pile 1's crush. How is Pile 1's crush feeling about them? Since we're getting a lot of thoughts and concepts and planning. Some of you, this energy that is coming through so formal in this way and so materially and grounded and physical based, this is because your person's feelings are that they are ready for the next stage of the connection with you. It is, they're ready to be committed. They're possibly ready to be married. They're possibly ready to settle down, like merging of finances, hence the Taurus Scorpio axis. Some of you, this person's been there, done that. They know what they want. And that's why we're at the stage of all of the practical reasons it makes sense, because you've already been through the passion. You've already been through the feelings and the emotions. Now it's like, okay, here's the practical approach to the connection. So let's see what Melanin Pop has to say about how your crush is feeling about you. This is interesting energy. Am I holding this right? I am. What? No, wait a minute. What? No, I'm holding it upside down. Okay. I'm holding it upside down. So I will take it that way, because here's the thing. My career says promotions, passions, offers, stability, wealth, and new careers. And then career in reverse, I do read the cards and I consider them, but I have my own intuitive interpretation that goes with this that says prioritizing work over love and workaholic. Now, career in reverse here, it talks about your person kind of that's their energy. Maybe that's why it's so formal, so grounded, and like, okay, pile one is good for my money and my social status and blah, 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 blah. But like, that's because it's coming out that way, because that's how all this person knows. That's where they're comfortable in that South Node energy. That's where they're familiar. That's why you have South Node in house 10. They're comfortable as it relates to their career, their social status. So if this energy is turning you off, don't take it personally. This is the way this person knows how to express themselves and invest their energy, if that makes sense. Like, this is like love and romance is kind of not where they've prioritized their energy, hence all of these cards. But if you see here at the bottom of these decks, this healing energy, this commitment-based energy, this bringing love into the situation energy, right? Like trying to be successful at that. And so my career in reverse, it does not say prioritizing work over love for this pile. If anything, I feel like it's saying the career kind of can take a little bit of a back seat, not a whole back seat, but a little bit of a back seat, so that this connection would be prioritized. Like, this person would be comfortable shifting some of their priorities to make sure that they're investing in this connection with the ring here, right? Because career upright is like, that's where you're at, like eyes on the money. But this person kind of has a history of that, but they're willing to transform in this Scorpio shaman energy, right? And make that kind of a past energy in the South Node, because South Node also rules like past lives and past personalities, okay? So let me put this deck the way that it's supposed to. And it's not lost on me that immaturity is in reverse. This person, I did mention, this person feels like you would make them more mature earlier. And they also they feel like they're stepping into a certain level of maturity and seriousness. That's also why this pile is reading this way. So just know that, immaturity is in reverse. My career is in reverse if your person has a history of like being a workaholic or over prioritizing social status and whatnot. Okay, let's see if I can get another card. Tell me more about pile one's crush. How do they feel about pile one? All right, commitment. Look at that. You've got 2 rings. Again, they feel like they could marry you, regardless of what stage, at whatever stage you're at, whatever you're showing them now at this level, they see marriage, okay? So it says engagement, ring, promises, love, planning for the future. So commitment. This person feels like very committed to you, and like they could be with you long term, forever, okay? At the bottom, you do have addiction, excessive drinking, sex addict, unhealthy coping mechanisms. This person may have control issues, right? We did mention it in workaholism. Like, they may hyperfixate, hence the energy coming through earlier that they possibly may be hyperfixating on you, hence all of the plans, especially if we're at the crush stage. Like, if we're at the crush stage, early stages, this person's kind of got it all figured out, the whole life plan, and you're not even engaged on a dating level, if that makes sense. So that makes sense that they're hyperfixated on you, possibly watching you or asking about you and inquiring about you and whatnot. But they already have a vision of how it would already work, which could be good, but it also could be, if this person isn't willing to get to know you, right? Who you as you, versus what the image they've developed, then that could be an issue. Okay, but beyond that, if they're getting to know you and the energy that they're getting here is real and valid and based in reality as it seems, because this is a bunch of grounded energy, then this is just means that this person's very fixed and set in their ways. And you do have Scorpio Taurus energy here confirming that anyway. Okay. So let's hop into these love base decks so we can get more energy on how this person feels about you. Tell me about Pile One's crush. How does Pile One's crush feel about them? There's 3 cards and I will take them. You have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Interesting. Okay. I'm trying to figure out a layer here because I want to be able to see at least what it is. It's heart-to-heart conversations, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, visualizations help you bring together. Similar energy to that 7 of Pentacles. Okay, and then you have engagement. Oh my goodness, another card, commitment, the ring, engagement. So some of you, this person wants to get engaged, they want to get married, depending on the stage, right? If you're already engaging this person and you click the crush reading, but you're not single really, this person's seeing you as forever, right? Especially with calling in your soulmate, it feels like someone that is actively like manifesting. Y'all keep that open since that's a huge theme here. But heart-to-heart conversations into calling in your soulmate feels like they've already like either asked about you, they've done their research or interacted with you enough to kind of know like you're what they're looking for, what they've been looking for in a partner, what they've been praying for. Hence the harvest energy and the success coming through, like feeling like, yes, I finally found my person. That's kind of how this person is seeing you for sure. At the bottom, you have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So especially with that slow moving, this person's like, I can take my time because I'm not going anywhere, because pile 1 is really it for me and it's going to be worth it in the long run with that 7 of Pentacles, right? And then this worth waiting for and it's calling in, like this person's really going to take their time. Taurus energy is slow moving, really getting to know you and pursuing you, because again, it's a long-term thing for them, right? They feel like you were worth waiting for, especially if they've been not dating, like prioritizing work over love. If that's what it says, that's what they've been doing. They don't have any regrets because they feel like it paid off, like focusing on their career, social status, whatever the things, they feel like it was worth it. Like you coming into their life, them having a crush on you or falling in love with you, whatever stage, they feel like you are kind of proof that, yeah, they were right to put their head down and get to work and do the things, because in due time, right, with the 7 of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands, the worth waiting for, you showed up anyway. Like they didn't have to be outside in the streets kind of all over the place. At the right time, their person kind of revealed themselves. At least that's where they are. So a lot of you here may be already at the dating stages. Those of you where this is like a crush, this person's been watching you a lot, because like they've got a lot in their head for someone that is just at the crush stage. Okay. So let's see. Let me get a sip of water. Sorry, it got a little warm, and it's not warm. It's actually a little cool right now. So it's interesting that I got the energy. So this person, like you get this person like really warm. Like this person might get nervous when they see you or when they interact with you. Like they might get like their blood pressure might run up a little bit. Like they might get a little warm, a little sweaty, like, cause that's the energy that's coming through for this person. Okay. Like that's how they feel when in your energy, okay, or in your presence or thinking about you, whatever it is. But yeah, I had to get a little air and I needed a little bit of water for your pile. So let's talk about it. I have no clue how long this is because I keep stopping, but I don't feel rushed with this pile. So that's interesting energy coming through for your person. So tell me more about pile 1's crush. How does pile 1's crush feel about them? Look at that. I was about to say that some of you, this person may see this energy, like this may be your energy, like you are very like commitment, marriage minded. But I'm asking directly how this person feels about you. And look what comes out first. Life partner. It says the person is someone that you can enjoy life with wholeheartedly. You two can get through anything anything together. And again, very stable. I told you, being with you would be very easy. Communicating with you would be very easy. Like it makes sense. It wouldn't be hard to be with you. And that's how this person is feeling, and that's just how they see you. So tell me more about pile one's person. This is my second to last deck. I have one more. Tell me about pile one's person, right? How does pile one's crush feel about them? I want one more. I'll take the bottom because I do have one that fell here, and I guess this one is meant to come out. I will likely have to pull another one so that I can take the bottom, but you know what? No, I won't. I'll take whatever is at the bottom of this stack because for whatever reason, it threw itself on the ring. So I'll look at that in a second. I'll leave it there so that I can remind myself that that's what happened. And then you have patience. And I did mention patience, taking their time, right? It says, why the rush? There's no need to rush divine timing. Enjoy the journey because it is worth the wait. So your person feels very patient. They feel you would be very patient. They feel like just everything would be easy and just relax and just feels good. And we have another calling in manifestation card, like a praying. Again, this person feels like you are the answer to their prayers as it relates to a partner, like they do with calling in your soulmate. And now law of attraction. It says we attract what we are. Use the law of attraction to manifest your perfect match by being the perfect match to yourself first. And they feel like you're their perfect match. And they also feel like not only are you what they've been praying for, but you're equally yoked in some way. Like whatever it is, they feel like you have as much to offer as them. Whether we're talking about material, like all of this material energy, or whether it's just the giving, the nurturing energy that you may have, okay? For sure. But they feel like you're their perfect match, like you're exactly what they've been looking for, what they've been praying for. What's this? The moon. So deep emotions, and that's also that secret energy coming through again. So this person definitely watches you in situations where you're not aware, okay? You have devotion, a dedicated partner whose love is unconditional and eternal. This person's devoted to you. I'll say that. But they feel like you would match. It's all about balance in this power. They feel like they would get exactly what they give. And so that is what's the most intriguing thing about you to them, right? Whose love is unconditional and eternal. Again, that's that forever energy coming through. Let's pull from this Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle deck so we can close this out. I want to get a good shuffle. Tell me about pile one's crush. How does pile one's crush feel about them, please? I want 3 and I will take the bottom and close this out. Tell me. Let's see. Walk away. That's interesting. Let's see. Tell me how pile one's crush feels about them. Passion. Interesting. Tell me more. I've got 2 and I'll take the bottom in a second. Sweet honey, sparks fly. This is a person that if there's distance, like if this is those of you in the committed situations, if there's distance, it truly is or has made the heart grow fonder. Okay? For sure, like a lot of passion, sweet honey, sparks fly. Like if this connection has been lacking in passion and excitement, if it's been very dull, because this can be dull energy, right? It's committed, but it's not necessarily, I mean, I see passion, but it's secondary, right? Distance has been making that energy build up. Those of you where it's very early stages, like intended with the crush energy, the space right? The not being close to you, the not knowing you, the not interacting with you is building the passion and the craving and the sparks between the two of you, okay? Let's see what's at the bottom and we'll close it out. Chemistry, lots of chemistry. So like it's really, and look, this distance threw itself out. So we've got distance jumping out again. So again, chemistry. So I feel like any distance is really adding to the fire. If we're talking about separation, if we're talking about a connection where there's distance or traveling or space or other priorities, because there's a very studious work focused energy over this pile. So if there's other attention that needs to be elsewhere in various circumstances, then this is adding to the chemistry. It's adding to the passion, right? It's making the connection feel a lot more sweeter, right? Making sparks fly even more, okay? And that may be the instances in where this person's like lurking in the background as well, okay? So that is all I have for you today, pile one. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile two, let's see what your crush is feeling about you. Sorry, I'm making adjustments and then it's getting really bright, so we will adjust accordingly. So I'm going to start with this deck with some clarity on just the overview for it, and then I'll get the tarot. We'll go through all of those decks so we can get more details. So let's see what pile two's crush feels about them. All right, pile two, tell me how your crush is feeling about you. Okay. Let's get a card so we can see how pile two's crush is feeling about them. Two. So this is the second pile of the day where two came out, so that's interesting. You've got the sun, very vibrant energy, like a very bright light, like daylight. Ironically enough, this is the pile in which you see over here on my right hand side, that glare is coming from the window, which is like across the room, so I don't know, and I was trying to find where it was coming from, but it's just that bright coming from the window, so I can't help it. And I like the natural light anyway, but the sun, so I think it's interesting that that is how your energy came into the pile, with this bright light over here to my right and the sun. This is how your person feels, like literally you light them up. That's so sweet. And then you've got with it landing this way, it's incoming energy, but the fish. So the fish talks about, it is about finances. I know that much. It talks about just being successful and very prosperous and fruitful and always like having what you need and just feeling very abundant. And this is how your person feels about you. Like they feel very abundant. They feel like you two are abundant, just together, and the way your energy matches if you interact with this person, or they just, again, if this is like brand new crush energy, someone that you've not interacted with, they just feel like you light them up every time they see you or hear your name or something like that. That's very sweet energy. And so the sun and the fish feels like vacation energy. Not saying it has to be, but it just feels like beachy vibes, right? Like the sun and fish, like the ocean, like somewhere warm with water. Like it just, that's maybe relevant to your crush, but they just feel like vacation. They feel like fun. They feel like, again, warm summer day next to the ocean, right? Like that is how this person sees you. Okay, at the bottom you have the goddess, which is the woman. So in pile one we had the man, and now we have the woman. So it's interesting that both of those cards came out of these decks, but the goddess, and I can take that as a, like, this person sees you as similar energy, like just, again, very beautiful, very abundant, very graceful, just a heavy presence, right? Lots of personality. Like they just feel like you could be anything. Like you are everything. Like when you come around, like nothing else matters. Okay, that is how this person's feeling. Very sweet energy coming through. So let's see what the tarot deck has to say. Tell me about Paltu's crush. How does Paltu's crush feel about them? Okay. Tell me about Paltu's crush. Okay, and I'll take 2 more in a second. Let's see what this is. 5 of Swords. That's interesting. And not what I thought I was gonna read. So my first impression of this card, it was first like, what's going on? Why is this card here after all of this beautiful energy? But the next energy, the energy that came through was like this person's like willing to compete for you. Like if you're the type that, you know what I mean? Like, you know how they say there's plenty of fish in the sea, like very vibrant, like this person feels like you're a hot commodity and they are willing to battle for your heart. Like they feel like you have a lot of options and they're willing to fight for it. Okay? Like that is how this person feels. Like they feel like they will have to, like, and they will gleefully do whatever they have to do to be the one that wins your heart. Okay? Even if that means, like, in some instances, this could be super specific information, like a super specific reading for some of you, but like some of you are like, this person doesn't care if like they have to go at it with friends. Like if there's mutual friends that are invested in you, they don't care about ruining those relationships, because the 5 of Swords talks about like winning, but possibly not winning, right? If you alienate yourself, this person doesn't care if they alienate themselves pursuing you. Like that's how they feel. Okay. And then, let me see. It also talks about sabotage. Like this person's like really hoping that they're trying to figure out how to not sabotage as it relates to you. Okay. The World, beautiful energy coming through. Completion. Like, yeah, like honestly, they'll end anything. Like whatever stage you're at, some of you, this is energy coming through because you're already like dating or in a committed situation and you're just confirming, because obviously I would hope that your crush would be your person if you're in a connection. If not, then we don't judge. It is what it is. But this person's willing to end whatever would be in the way of a situation with you. So like anything that becomes like anything that you don't like, they're willing to do without. Like with the 5 of Swords, like they're not gonna sabotage in any way. So it's like cutting off people, things, habits. Like they're willing to do that. That's how they feel. Okay. But the World also is a very specific, straightforward message of they feel like you complete them. Okay. That's how they feel. So let's see. Give me one more card. I will take the bottom. Tell me how Paltu's crush feels about them. It's a lot of cards. I guess I'll take them. Fine. It doesn't hurt me. You've got the 8 of Cups. Again, leaving behind things that no longer serve them, leaving behind things that are liabilities, limitations to the connection. This person's super willing to just leave things behind for you. I don't know why that energy is coming through. I don't know what the nature of the crush is, but that's how they feel. Even if they're slow moving with the Son of Pentacles, which is the Knight, it talks about stability. It's moving with intention, a very grounded and certain perspective of action, right? Like this person's moving slowly but surely, if that makes sense. Very stable energy coming through here. And then you have the 2 of Cups. So this person's figuring out, especially early stages, how to make the connection with you work with the 2 of Cups. So if you're like with this, if you were wondering if we were at the stage of, is this person interested in you? Is this crush interested in you? Absolutely. With the Sun, the Fish, and the Goddess, absolutely. Even if they're kind of stagnant and not really doing much, they're kind of in a mental space of knowing like, okay, there's certain things that's not going to work out if I'm going to be with Paltu, or if I want to at least have a shot at Paltu, right? With the 5 of Swords, the World, and 8 of Cups, there's certain habits and routines that they're going to have to leave behind if they want to make it work with you, and they'll have to be a little more stable. Okay, they have to be a little more grounded. And I want to remind you, if you're not familiar with tarot, that knights are they're more mature than a page. It's not childlike, but it is still developing energy. It's not quite the energy of a queen or a king. Therefore, and that could be what this overview is, this person realizing like they're gonna have to step into a more mature energy. And just so we're clear, the Knight of Pentacles is the most mature Knight of the Pentacles. It's the most stable. It's the most grounded, slow moving, but again, slow moving because it's very intentional in the action. So that is your person's space. So they're building and they're pursuing this connection with you at the level of development in which they know how, if that makes sense. So they're pursuing you or will pursue you in the best way they know how, depending on your stage of the connection, okay? The bottom, you have the Nova, the universe. Ooh, I love when this card comes out because she's very specific to this deck. I want to say straight up that the goddess is like the woman. So this may be my pile of people that are very feminine. And if you are not, then your person loves, then this is, how do I want to word this? Because I said it in the first pile, because they kind of mirror. So like, even though this feminine energy is either you and the qualities they like in you, or it is them and this is your confirmation of their personality, okay? But you have Nova, the universe. This is like the ultimate manifester. You know what? Let me get the book. I'll get the book and see what Nova means, because she's specific to that deck. And I had it. Give me a second. Let me get the book. All right. I got the book. So Nova, the universe, and if you want to pause and read this whole thing, but it just essentially talks about a poised energy, a very goddess-like energy, and a divine universe. So that is how Nova, the universe, is. It says Goddess Nova of the universe is divinely destined to be both the master and the masterpiece of this carefully crafted cosmic event, which is like the supernova, right? So yeah, if you want to pause this and read through this, definitely, but we're not gonna make this longer than it needs to be. But like, she is like the goddess, she is the universe itself, and that is how this person sees you. And like, that kind of means that they see you as like the end all be all type of a connection with them. Definitely the case. So like, goddess, divine, specifically divine feminine energy is exactly how this person sees you, and that's how they feel. So let's hop into these astrology based oracle decks and get more clarity. Tell me more about pile two's crush and how the crush feels about pile two. Tell me about that. Tell me about pile two's crush. How does pile two's crush feel about pile two? Please. There's a couple times where it almost came out. Here we are, the last quarter release. This person's like almost there. So the slow moving energy, for those of you where this is a true crush, they're almost there, okay? Those of you where this is a kind of a committed situation, you already know what baggage your person kind of has, or at least perceives themselves as having, and they're releasing that right now. And the feeling is kind of like you pushing them to heal, pushing them to be better, pushing them to ground themselves in whatever they're struggling with. Because again, the sun, the fish, very prosperous energy coming through from you. They have no choice but to balance and align with it if they're going to either pursue or continue to pursue you, right? With release. But last quarter, something is almost over, especially with the World card. They're cutting some things, people, habits, whatever, out so that they can continue to pursue you, okay? But releasing is a very, very clear energy here, okay? 31 may be a very relevant number for this connection because the sun is number 31, as is this last quarter card, okay? You have cold moon. Someone may be in hibernation. It's funny because I forgot this card was hibernation. I was just literally hearing hibernation as I was reading cold moon, and this is also the number 10, so completions, right? But hibernation, so this person may be kind of put away, and they might be hiding, they may be to themselves, because at the end of the day, healing, releasing patterns, releasing routines, all of the things that this person feels, at least they're gonna have to let go for this connection to evolve. That takes space and energy, right? Like, especially since this person sees you as this abundant goddess, universal energy, this sun, the ocean with fish, they feel like this cold energy. And in order to really step into the sun, they're going through some sort of a winter with last quarter, okay? This releasing, okay? Some of you, this could be time periods of winter time into summertime being relevant time periods, okay? So yeah, that's definitely what this person is doing, but they're releasing in hibernation. So if this is no contact, this is why, especially with Aries energy. Yeah, that's Aries. That's first house energy of the self, right? Figuring out who they are and what they want to be, and what no longer serves them, and what they want to gain in life. That's where this person is, especially with the sun being very bright right now during your reading, so much so that it's almost making it dark in some instances. Just be mindful of this person's energy if they're distant, or if they're not moving as quickly as you want them to, or if they haven't talked to you and you're wondering if they ever will, you know, with this crush energy, someone you see around. Just be mindful of this person maneuvering their space. And some of you, because it's so new, like a crush, like you think they're cute, they think you're cute, whatever the thing, this may be not that deep for them yet. They may just, in having a crush on you or seeing that someone like you is actually interested in them, because they may not even have a crush on you yet. In return, they're just thinking like, man, if someone like Pao 2 could be interested in me, I have potential, like kind of making them believe in themselves. They're starting to feel more prosperous. Then they're like, let me get myself together. What am I doing? I've slacked off. I'm not doing as well as I could be. I'm not into my health, my wellness, right? Like they're not into their stuff. And they're like, if I can pull Pao 2 or someone like Pao 2, let me pull back and get it together, because I can really be somebody, kind of an energy. That's what I'm getting, especially for the really early stages where you're like, okay, you have a crush on this person and like they've never talked to you or acknowledged it. Like, even if you like, I know some people give you the eyes across the room, like you hint when you see them, but like they do nothing. They don't even engage you. Might not even know your name. They just know you from the spot. You know what I mean? That's the energy coming through. All right. So I'm glad I got that energy coming through for my very, very new people. Give me a second. All right. So yeah, definitely that's the energy. So let me pull from this Moonology deck and see more about what Pao 2's crush feels about them. Tell me how they feel. Again, some of you, it's so early that it's not feeling. It's kind of like an ego boost, seeing that you like them. Like seeing that you have a crush on them is giving them an ego boost, because they see you as like, again, Nova the universe, this goddess energy, regardless of gender. They're like, man, Pao 2 is a real catch. And if that's someone that could be interested in me, wow, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, tell me how Pao 2's person feels. Interesting. Okay, balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. That's that fish energy again. Right? Fish may be relevant energy, again, water specifically, because Pisces is the fish, obviously, but one of you may have Pisces placements. And then you have conclusions are within reach with the full moon eclipse. That's interesting. There's something that is ending, okay? There's something that is ending here. They're releasing, they're clearing energy. Some of you, your crush might actually be moving on. Okay? Just watch that. I grabbed this upside down. I don't really like taking reversals, but I will consider some of you, it's a lack of balance. This person's got a lot going on, so they're going to pull within, and you may not hear from this person for some time. Okay? Like, it won't be soon. I'm not saying never, because the Knight, that's why I have all of these extra cards. You know, I don't like more than 3 cards. But I have 2 extra cards here. The Knight of Pentacles moving into the Two of Cups, which means that this is a person that will come about at some point, just very slow. They've got stuff, okay? There's a lot of stuff that imbalance. But again, eventually a win-win outcome is forecast. This full moon in Libra, that's Two of Cups energy, Libra scales. It is commitment. It is a commitment-based energy. Some of you, this person just feels like you're way too good for them right now. Like, they have that awareness, and they just have to, they need space to go off and do their own thing and live their life. And they see themselves at some point coming back into your life. If with the 5 of Swords here, it's not them taking space, going where they're going, doing what they're doing, doesn't completely close that chapter. Like, if you're willing in the future, that's what you'll get. So I got that message for some of you. Could be about half of you, especially the newer connections. No, I don't want to say it like that, because those of you that are in relationships, this person, you may see this coming, right? Like, this person's not, they're that Knight of Pentacles. They're building, but they're building very slowly. They're not in a space to really be what you need right now, especially if you're already in Goddess, universal energy. They're a Knight of Pentacles. They're not even a king yet. Okay, I will say some of you may pick pile 1 as future energy. I don't know why, but it may be a thing. Okay, don't pick it if you're not called to it, but like, if you were called to it, it might apply to you in some way. But I do see a win-win outcome is forecast. So eventually this person is going to balance themselves out and pursue you in that crush energy, like, you know, if the opportunity presents themselves. But I do see with that 5 of Swords, this person's like, man, I may be self-sabotaging with pile 2 because I need to take my time and focus on things. Now, I don't believe that's the case. This person may be worried, you may be worried, but I feel like if this person is not in the space for you, I think it's amicable for them to kind of gracefully take the space for themselves. And, you know, if the opportunity presents itself when they're in a better space, a healthier space, a more stable space, then whatever. But it just looks like this person is not going to move faster than they're ready to. Okay? And they're willing to risk the chapter closing completely versus being in a situation where this 5 of Swords energy is you and them, right? Kind of sparring and damaging a connection beyond repair. So like, they're hoping that by just allowing themselves to be at their level of development away from you until they can get it together, because they'd rather see you risk never seeing you again or never interacting with you versus ruining a relationship with you, if that makes sense, right? Like, they'd rather risk not seeing you and hope that at some point you come back into their life and they're in a better space to pursue you properly. That's what the Knight of Pentacles into the Two of Cups is all about. Okay? Especially with balance, spirituality, and practicality, they can kind of see, especially like addictions. This is addictions, mental health, all of the illusions, the fantasy. Some of you, this person may think that, especially those of you where it's early stages, they feel like you may have a glamorized perspective of them with this Neptune energy here, this 12th house energy, like you don't see them very clearly. And that if they don't either put distance or change quickly, you'll see with this full moon eclipse, like conclusions are within reach. Like, they feel like almost like the cat might be out of the bag. And you know, the sun is very exposed energy, like summer after winter, like the sun is out and you can see. Like, that's what they're worried about that. I don't know where their energy is coming from. Tell me what you know about your crush in the comments so that we can see what that is. Because again, it's a general meeting. It's a general reading. It'll be different for all of you. Okay. So let's see more about how your crush feels about you, how to. And like, I have lemon water and like I touched my eye and now I got I got lemon in my eye. That's crazy. I need to stop. I need to stop. It'll be fine. Let's see. Venus. Yeah, this person sees you as like the ultimate everything, right? Because we've got heavy Pisces energy here, maybe even a little bit of Leo with the sun, and then we've got Libra along with universal energy, and then we've got Venus, right? The goddess of love, ruler of Libra, right? This person sees you as like the ultimate divine energy, specifically if you're feminine, like they see you as the ultimate divine feminine energy. Okay, so especially like that pearl in the shell, something about water, right? Like that shell, because there's no real reason other than luxury, like to say that pearls are luxury for that card to have that on there, because Venus doesn't rule any water signs, but I guess it could be water energy. But yeah, give and receive love, find value, see beauty. This person deeply values you. They deeply value you. Okay, they think you're very, very beautiful, very on the inside and out, like physically attractive, but a spirit to match. Like this person sees you as perfect. Like, again, combination of Neptune and Venus, Pisces, Libra energy. Like that is what they see. Okay, even if you don't have those placements. Thank you. They see you as someone they could really match with, though. Okay, conjunction, a union, merging and coming together. Someone that wants something serious, a relationship with the 7th house energy coming through here. They just want to be in the space to give that to you. Okay, like they feel like you work. You work, and that you would work well with a more developed version of them, right? They're in their Knight of Pentacles, right? Right now, they're trying to step into their universal energy as well. At the bottom, you have Pluto, transform, exactly. They are trying to transform their world so that they are in conjunction with you, okay? That's the energy. So let's see what Melanin Pop has to say. Oh, look, I shuffled these, I cleansed these between piles, but look what's already at the bottom. Would you accept? Exactly. Apology, romantic gestures, offers, higher commitment. Exactly. So like if this person needs to apologize for anything that they have done, some of you, that 5 of Swords is past energy, something they did self-sabotage in some sense, and they're hoping that the chapter's not closed. Like 5 of Swords moving into the world, and the 8 of Cups is someone shutting it down and moving on. They're hoping that they haven't done that, okay? If it's been past energy. Okay. Tell me about how to crush. How do they feel? Sorry, I don't mean to knock. I guess I'll take that one, but I wanna shuffle. Tell me about Paltu's crush. How do they feel? There's a lot of cards, and it's 3. It's fine. I'm being dramatic. What is this one? Look who came back. See, if it's meant, it's meant. And I was shuffling. I was doing my best to shuffle. So you have would you accept, apology, romantic gestures, offers, higher commitment. Some of you, this combination came out in a pile a while back. If you remember that reading, if you selected that pile, this is your confirmation. If I'm not mistaken, it might be the dream reading. The only reason I remember, if I'm not lying, is because it's, it's one of those non-love readings. I try to remember those ones because I actually like to do those from time to time to diversify the content. But I think it was the dream reading. I don't remember which pile, but yes. But yeah, you have would you accept. I don't know why I placed it. I did this in pile 1, and then I ended up having to move it. Okay, so I have would you accept. We've got Oshun, which is another, I think it came out exactly like this with Venus as well. That's crazy. Yeah, sensuality, self-love. Come on. Someone's lacking in that. I think it might be your person. It could honestly be you. But sensuality, self-love, beauty, water, and fertility. And I was talking about sun and water, and sun is like bright yellow energy, and Oshun, yellow is her color. Okay, yellow is her color. So, but yeah, water, fertility with the fish, rivers specifically is what she rules. Look at that bright sun just in the way and won't even let Oshun clear. That's crazy. Okay, you've got old school. So that is vintage, chivalrous, dates, courtship photos. This is a person that would want to traditionally court you. They feel like you give them goddess energy, regardless of your gender. The letter O may be relevant. Very pure with virgin, okay? Very, very pure, right? It says purity, innocence, angelic, bright, abstinence, and celibacy. So your person just feels like you are too good for everything. Like too good for them, too good for the world, too good for the universe. Like kind of like Disney fairy tale princess energy, like goddess energy. Like this is how this person is seeing you, and like their feelings are very intense. There's a lot of love here, where it is applicable if this is later stage connections. As far as crush, this person's very, very into you. Like very, very into you. Like it doesn't get any more perfect than you, okay? But like with you accepting Oshun kind of feels like making like an offering to some sort of a goddess. That's literally what they see themselves as having to do with you, okay? And then you have I do everything, unequal give and take, lazy, mooching, disrespect, lame game. So maybe they feel like they just wouldn't measure up, okay? They feel like they wouldn't measure up. Or if this energy is you, let's see. Like they just feel like they would never measure up. I do everything, right? Unequal balance. We were talking about that earlier. And some, again, flip the energy if the other side is you, but they feel like there's a lack of there would be a lack of balance in the connection. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can sit there. I've got 3 more decks, and then we will close this out. Color yellow may be important to one of you. Maybe someone's favorite color or something. Tell me about Paltu's crush. How's Paltu's crush feel about them? Exactly. So children says your love life is being affected by children. Could be. It could be. That said, it feels like children is a certain level of immaturity. I talked about that underdeveloped energy. And then you have let me see if I can. The sun is just really out for this pile, and it's like throwing off the cards. But yeah, it feels like a certain level of underdeveloped energy, right? Of immaturity, but also very childlike. I mentioned like a fairy tale energy. Like this person feels very childlike when like they see you, when they think about you. Like it's like a sweetheart, like puppy love, right? Like that's how this person feels about you. Like they just have a very sweet, very pure, innocent. Like there's a lot of sensual energy, but like with the Virgin and Children card, it just feels like a very pure, like first love kind of an energy. Okay, some of you, this person's never felt this way about anyone before. Like they've never had this kind of a crush before, and that's part of what is freaking them out and making them self-conscious. Okay, let me see if I can get one more, and we'll take the bottom. 2 more. Okay, we will take the 2 more. We have worth waiting for, which says divine timing is at work in your love life. And just so we're clear, the funny part about it is the lens is not on this side of them. Like I'm having to hold it here up in the sun, but like the lens is not here, just so we're clear. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Right. It's talking about someone that may not be ready, right? This combination here. And the would you accept is someone either wasn't ready that's going to come in, or someone that's not ready that is hoping that at some point they can come in. You're all on different timelines. Remember, these are general messages, but this person's kind of hoping that like you'll still be excited for them if you have to wait. Honeymoon is here to confirm that, right? It says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This person, a lot of you, because of this honeymoon, this water, Oshun is warm. She's by the ocean. She, obviously culturally she's associated with warmer climates, as is the sun and the fish. So summertime, all right? Look at me giving timelines. I do this from time to time, okay? I do this from time to time. Summertime, all right? That's the timeline for some of you here, all right? Others of you, this person, when they come in, and I feel like this is for you connections, right? Like if there's space, if there's a breakup or something with your crush that is your person. This person's gonna come in and they're gonna want to take a trip, right? They're going to want to take a trip somewhere warm. Specifically, if you're in a cold climate at that point, they'll want to go somewhere warm to kind of catch up, okay? Like they'll plan like a vacation of some form, okay? Others of you, when it's very new, this person's hoping that once they come back, some of them may take a trip. They may take a trip, okay? They'll take a trip, get themselves together. When they come back, they're hoping things will be good between the two of you, or that you'll be open to them pursuing you. Some of you, they may want to go, like it may not be this extravagant, especially you early connections. They may just want to, this may honeymoon, fun, outside energy, maybe a date. I say that because I just got a ping of hunger and I ate not that long ago, so I don't know why I would be hungry right now. There could also be an appetite for you this person has, but yeah, you have at the bottom past life relationship. You have known each other before. You feel very familiar to this person. You do, but also this is confirming that energy of not ready. Some of you, a lot of you, I feel this may be past energy. The energy I'm saying of the distance and the taking space, or the not pursuing you or not acknowledging you for the very, very early connections is the past energy. And that's letting you know that it is coming. The shift will come at some point. Like I said, some of you it's summertime. I got the summertime energy. Okay. So let me see from this other deck, and then we'll close it out with that Twin Flame Soulmates Oracle. Tell me more about Paltu's crush. How does Paltu's crush feel about them? Like I said, there's a percentage here, small one, where this person's just gonna run off and do their own thing because your energy has them shook. There's another portion, like I feel like, I don't want to say half and half. Half and half, it's like, okay, it could be a while, or it could be by within a certain time frame, but there is that small group where this person's just like, they're so deep in their stuff that it's just not, it's not gonna work. But it's a small portion of you. And honestly, I'm saying this from this person's perspective as free will, yours. I see some of you not even being interested at that point, like icing this person out at that point, because like if you don't wait, like you're not going to put your life on hold. I can see that, right? Where you just leave it in the past. So when this person comes back, they have to apply extra effort, and whether they eventually win you over, we'll see. But I can see a lot of scenarios coming in. And I don't know why this is coming in for how this person's feeling. I guess we needed to clarify. We needed the why the person's being distant, because like I said, I see all of this admiration, but then distance in some sense. Yeah. Laughter in reverse is a serious, like would be seriousness. So like maybe this is my more serious pile. Like the energy is a little more heavy. Tell me more about Paltu's crush and how they feel. You do light them up though with honeymoon coming through. And just so we're clear, worth waiting for implies that they would wait for you too. So if you're traveling, especially if you're taking like, you know, my feminines, like, you know, with all of the divine feminine energy, you take like a girl's trip, this person's like, I'll be right here waiting for pile 2 when you come back. Like that's the energy. Like they're like, I'm not going anywhere. It must be the truth. You've got building a future right on top of honeymoon. Okay. It says this one is a keeper. Your love life is ascending to the next level. Okay. Yeah. This person is building themselves. They're building their future. They're building their goals. They're hoping, like I said, in their building, in their maturing, in their developing energy here with this, that they haven't missed their shot, right? Some of them are going to feel like they missed their shot. Some of you, this energy is coming through because in your mind, you're like, yep. Because I'm not, some of you are like, I'm not going to be here come summer. That's funny. And I can hear it clearly. And I know y'all are going to post that in the comments. But at the end of the day, especially if you're watching it real time, you've got to do what's best for you. And I never encourage anybody to wait. But I mean, if you're available at that point, this might be good for you. I just feel like being honest is the best approach. Like this is not happening quickly. This is not happening quickly. Summertime, maybe, right? But yeah, this person's hoping that in their developing that they haven't missed their chance, or that they won't miss their chance. Okay, and it says, have you considered all of your options? Did you give it everything? In the end, you only regret the changes, the chances that you didn't take, right? Chances. And I say you, but it says we. So let me get the last card. We'll take the bottom. Tell me more about Pile 2's crush. How does Pile 2's crush feel about them? Some of you, this is reverse energy. Like your person's like, oh, you're taking long, you're doing stuff, and this person's like looking to move on. It just depends on which side you're resonating with, which side you're identifying with, okay? I've got to grab that one and hit the deck. Alrighty. Falling in love. It says the feeling of falling in love is one of a kind. Know that it is safe for you to love. Okay, so that's the energy, right? Missed chances, falling in love. Some of you, this person's all of the things that they see in you, like some of you, the distance of them working on themselves and doing their own thing really will have them missing you. Like missed chances is missing you. And you know, especially those of you where it's a connection, like if it's a crush and it's like someone that you've not interacted with, it'll be like you'll cross their mind with past life relationship. Like they'll, like if they see you at, I don't know, a random smoothie shop, on like that's where they see you, but they've never talked to you. When they like stop going there because they're afraid to see you, because they know they're not going to talk to you, like they'll be at another coffee shop and maybe they'll see someone that reminds them of you, or like they'll see someone order something that you normally do and they'll think about it, right? Like it just, all of the energy here is relative to the level of interaction you've had with this person, right? The exposure. Divine union. That's how they feel. They're serious. Like they can see themselves being serious with you. Some of you, that's part of what's got them so afraid. They're just not at that level where like, they're like, if I approach Pile 2, if I ask Pile 2 for their number, then like I have to be serious. Like, cause Pile 2 is not gonna text me every day or talk to me on the phone. They're gonna want to date. They want to travel. They're gonna want to develop the connection. And this person may not be financially stable enough, right? With the Knight of Pentacles, they may not be in a mental space to do those things, right? So, but they do see that potential with divine union. It says, congratulations, it's time to celebrate. Both you and your partner have healed and learned the important lessons to allow this union to manifest. So yeah, this person could see themselves like long-term with you, okay? For sure, because again, 2 of Cups, divine union, you've got the marriage card, Libra, balance, just with them in balance. You got conjunction, Venus, you got Oshun, you got actually both of the goddesses of love here, old school courting and accepting, and you also have honeymoon. Like there's a lot of indicators of this person like being serious, but not yet, right? So let's see what this deck has. And it's funny because I cleanse, and this is the bottom, the one. So they do see you, they see you as like kind of the one, right? So let me see. And I could see why that would be scary for this person. Honestly, like when you, as a reader, when I step into this person's energy, which I'm doing to see their feelings, I can see why all of this thinking is happening. Because like if you meet somebody that, like imagine, Pile 2, if you meet someone that you consider to be perfect, right? Like perfect in every way, would you be intimidated? Like would you just go for it? Like would you be excited? I mean, definitely answer me in the comments, because I think it's an interesting conversation. But I just feel like this person feels like they're at a developmental stage and you're kind of already there, depending, like, and it could be anything. It could be like life, it could be just capacity for love, it could be career. They just feel like you're already there and they're trying to get there and like having you right in their face like that is a bit intimidating. That's what I'm getting, okay? So let's pull that. Pure heart. So they have good intentions. They have pure intentions, okay? And they see you as having a pure heart. But like, there's a lot of potential for love here for the early connections, but there's a lot of love here in the developed ones, okay? Let me get more. Fireworks is maturing energy. Like, you know, you give this person fireworks, right? Like you make them feel fireworks. Like it's like making the heart flutter, like making them feel vibrant like the sun. Lots of heart energy here. Tell me more about Paltu's person. How does Paltu's crush feel about them? One more and I will take the bottom. Okay, two more and I will take the bottom. What is this on top of falling in love? You got playing games. Some of you, this may be a little bit of game playing. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe you're taking it that way. This person may not be playing games. They're just not, they're not at that level, right? Loyalty. And it did come out together. So loyalty and playing games. This person's, the loyalty, 3 hearts in a row shows that this person's not playing games, right? If that's what you thought. Right? Especially like if it's like, depending on your level of connection, this person's not playing games. They are committed and loyal to what you've got. It's just that they're not in a space for any relationship, honestly, looking at the pile. That's why we've got the waiting energy, okay? At the bottom, you've got golden moments. Like they enjoy their moments with you, especially if they're past, right? And not ongoing. Like they enjoy their moments with you and they remember and they're excited. And they're hoping to have some golden moments with you in the future. But again, they're not there yet. All right. So that is all I have for you today, Pile 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, Pile 3, let's see how your crush feels about you. Love the time of day filming for you. It's my favorite kind of lighting, especially with using these decks. If you look, you can see, well, no, you can't see it on that side, but there's the lighting and coloring, and you can actually see it actually on the Spirit de la Lune as well. So hopefully some good little visuals and whatnot. So, I'm gonna hop right into it. I don't know what the hesitation I just did was about, but someone is stalling. Might be your crush, might be you. Just saying, there's a stalling. So I'm just gonna hop right into it. I'm gonna get an overview from this deck so we can see how your crush is feeling about you. And then we'll hop into the tarot and we'll power through those oracle decks to get clarification. Tell me about Pile 3. Tell me about Pile 3's crush. How's Pile 3's crush feeling about them? Lily. It is a very sensual energy. I feel like the lily is described as kind of more of a mature energy, right? Let's see. We're going to open the book. What number is the lily? It's number 30. So that could be a relevant number since I got to pull it out. But let's see what's in the book. You find it. Alrighty, here we are, the lily. And if you can see, you might be able to pause, but it just says there's arguably no greater comfort to the body than sensual contact. So I didn't expect that, but it says not only that, but it talks about material and physical comforts and ultimately represents the physical experiences that we enjoy that bring us fulfillment. So that's what it means in this one. I just know what it means traditionally with the Lenormand, but the Afro Goddess Oracle, she added some spice to it, which we cannot develop, but that is how your person feels about you, that deeply sensual energy that's coming through. I do want to get one more before I take the bottom, but That is interesting and a positive indicator of how your crush is feeling. They're very, very sensually attracted to you, okay? The Lily. Tell me more about pile 3. How does their crush feel about them? That's way too much. The sky is like cutting something off. I almost feel like picking a flower, like kind of like pulling you off the market. You know, like cuffing. So give me one more and I will take the bottom, please. Tell me more about pile 3's person. I'll take both of these. It's 2. Why not? We'll see what the bottom is in a second. We've got the Bear. Okay. Very powerful energy. The Bear is a very can be very nurturing energy, but it also is a very dominant energy of like protection, of security and whatnot. And that's how this person's feel. How this person feels, a little protective of the Lily in some sense. And then you have the Letter, which talks about communication and messages. And this is a person that would be very vocal, right? Like how they feel, they'd be very vocal about how protective they are of you, especially with your sensual energy. Like something about your sensual energy, they already feel, especially at the early stages, very protective and territorial in the Bear card regarding you and your sensuality. So I don't know what that's about. Tell me about it in the comments, but your crush definitely feels a little territorial over your energy, over your pleasure, right? Like if other people make you feel good, and I'm not talking about just from that perspective that we can't develop. I mean, like if like, for example, if there's someone that makes you laugh or someone that you find sweet and it's not them, they kind of like, they watch and they observe. They don't really like that. They may tell you directly like, they don't like it. Okay. Like this person feels a little bit jealous in some instances, but again, they feel a little territorial, but very sensually attractive. At the bottom, you have the crossroads. Let me pull it back so you can see in the lighting. I can pull it here. So like a decision that needs to be made. The number 22 may be relevant, but there's some sort of a decision that needs to be made, some sort of path that needs to be taken. Could be regarding loyalty, since we have the dog. The dog is an indicator of a friend, a very, very loyal friend. So this may be like your crush could be a friend or someone you're at least friendly with. And like I said, territorial, protective, just like the dogs, right? Like their dog is very protective energy. And something about a crossroads, maybe there's a decision that needs to be made of if they're going to pursue you romantically versus a friend. I think this is my pal that also has some friends with benefits, but just like I said, that I'll let this peek out since it showed itself, the dog. But there's a crossroads of whether that crossroad is commitment, whether it is the elevation of a connection. That is how your crush is feeling though. They're feeling like they're at a crossroad where something's got to give, a decision has to be made, a message has to be sent. Okay. Spirit de la Lune with the sparkles. I really love that sparkle. I don't know why I'm fixated on that right now. Maybe you sparkle to this person. You do. You do. Pile 3, your person is ignited by you. We've got number 22 and now we've got 11, first quarter. You get them going. With the Lily, I mean, you truly do, right? Like you truly get this person going. It's like a bear, like, right? So that is how this person feels. But the first quarter moon is like a half dark, half light. It's that crossroads energy, right? Like which path that I'm going to go to the dark? Am I going to go to the light? Which way am I going to go? That's how this person's feeling right now, especially since both of those cards are number 11 and 22. Okay, at the bottom, you have Sagittarius energy, the Explorer, right? Oh, you can't see. Like I'm like holding it. I was still looking here at the coloring, like reds and yellows and oranges. Like you may be you're really lighting up this person's lower chakras, okay? Right? Like I said, the root, sacral, and solar plexus. Like again, you're getting them going in a very physical, sensual way. That's like some very strong passion coming through, and they want to explore you in a connection, and they want to evolve, and they want to grow with you, and like, but that's how they feel, very expansive. Sagittarius and Jupiter energy, they feel very lucky around you. Okay, I'll put this here for now. We can cover it in a little bit. Okay. And there is a bow and arrow here, right? So let's see. Wait, I started pulling astrology-based oracle without tarot. That's crazy. So it's like something about forgetting the details, because I take tarot as kind of like my details, because like something about the details with this person, whether they lack the attention to detail, they're leaving out the details. I don't know, but let me pull from this tarot deck and I'll go back to the astrology-based oracles. Maybe Ignite really needed to be on the table. Couldn't wait to be on the table, okay? Am I holding this up right? Yes, I am. Tell me about Pal 2's person. How does Pal 3, I'm so sorry. Pal 3. Tell me about Pal 3's person. How does Pal 3's person feel? I can't even get the words out right now. Tell me about it. Pal 3's crush. How does Pal 3's crush feel? How many cards is that? I'm not taking them all jumping out like that. Pal 3, tell me about your crush and how they feel about you. Got 2. Got the Ace of Swords, clarity. There's some clarity here. Something about things being very clear for your person. Like it's like they know what they need to do. They just need to do it, right? With the half and half energy, right? They know exactly what to do. They're just either waiting or trying to find the right moment. You do have the 6 of Pentacles, right? Look at that balancing of the scales here. Giving and receiving in equal parts, right? Giving where one lacks and receiving where you lack. And I also see like this balancing in 3 cards. They feel like you two would be a really healthy match, and they do feel like you two would weigh each other out, like balance each other out. And they're still deciding. Like they know that it works, but I guess it's so early. This is a crush reading, so it's very early, first quarter in Ignite, okay? Let me get one more. We'll take the bottom. Yeah, resistance, kind of holding themselves back, right? With the 8 of Swords. Like there's a clarity here. There's something they can see, but for whatever reason, they can't move. Like this is a person that may be so anxious or worked up about the connection and the crush that they can't move. Because like all of my piles today have been somewhat mutual. There's a pile where it's questionable. Some of you, it's a little questionable, but so far this feels like mutual. Okay. And you have the 7 of Pentacles. Harvest. So kind of getting what it is you've been waiting for in the connection. Some of you, this person feels like you are waiting, or that they're waiting. Okay? Like someone here is waiting, whether it's you, whether it's them, but there's a waiting energy for a harvest. Okay? But there's a lot of passion, a lot of ignited energy. But like I said, there's a clarity here of some sort of an imbalance because someone's holding back, whether it's you or your person. Okay? So let's finally see what Moonology has to say, since we had to tuck it back. Someone just hit their horn outside, so someone may literally be like, get on with it with the crossroads. It's like push. So like I said, it could be a lack of confidence fueling that. Like there's a lot of passion here, but with this Leo energy, this confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo, it just feels like someone doesn't want to move out of fear, whether it's you, whether it's this person. Okay, let me get one more and I'll take the bottom. Energy is gaining momentum, conclusions within reach. Like something's got to give, something is coming in, whether it's you, whether it's your person, okay? Tell me about Pal 3's crush. So we got South Node in a pile, and now we've got North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. So that is a message. So either you or this person feels the other needs to step out of the comfort zone. I say it like that because I always usually pick a side to read from and then just make it clear to you guys that there's a polarity. But here I don't know. Like I feel like this may be the half and half energy coming through. Like half of you here, this is your energy I'm reading. Half of you here, this is your person's energy. And when I say your energy that I'm reading, I'm saying how your crush, like some of you, how your crush sees you as a means of their actions, like how they're going to act based on how they're interpreting your energy, right? But yeah, stepping out of your comfort zone and confidence is your key to success. This may be your person kind of thinking it through with that clarity and realizing that with that Ace of Swords and saying, hey, I'm going to have to just step out of my comfort zone and just really be confident in engaging pile 3. Or this could be like, man, I hope like stepping out of their comfort zone and being more confident will bring you in, if that makes sense. It says be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. That's that initiating energy that I see here, right? So like you have first quarter ignite, and then you have cardinal moon, which is the cardinal signs are Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. So that those are the placements that could also be on the table along with what we have here. But be bold and make the first move is a message. Let me slide this up so we can read it. There we go. Like there's a crossroads that you're at. There's a holding back. And like it says, step out of your comfort zone. Confidence is your key to success. Be bold and make the first move. So some of you, spirit is saying, hey, just go ahead and talk to your crush. I've not had it be this direct in a reading where, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, this person's going to come in. This person's going to come in. A lot of you, it's saying, no, you can talk to your crush and they'll be receptive. Okay. Especially if it's one of those instances that I mentioned. Okay. So let me pull more and we'll look more into it. Okay. So let's see. Pile 3. Tell me about your crush. How is your crush feeling? How is your crush feeling? I want a good shuffle. Sorry, I don't mean to knock it, but I'm trying to like position myself to get a good shuffle. There we go. And just like that, I got both. See what a good shuffle can do for you? More cardinal energy. You've got house 1, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. This is Aries energy, okay? That's the first house. And so, you know, we talk about identity, we talk about confidence, we talk about being who you are and whatnot and standing out. That's where this person's feeling. They're either feeling like how like they need to stand out to get your attention so that you can come in, or, you know, how to stand out in a way that if they make the first move, you'll engage them. Okay? Kind of making themselves seen, because some of them don't feel seen by you with the 8 of Swords. Okay? So what is this? House 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Yeah, this person's, ironically enough, this is an axis, right? This is the cardinal axis, first axis, Aries, Libra energy. Okay? And that those seasons are approaching. So this could be timeline based as well. Even if it's not real time, like if you're not watching this real time, this because this is a timeless reading, it could still be affiliated with these seasons or these signs. Some of you may be Aries and the person's a Libra, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like with the crossroads and the half new, half full here, like it could be a balance. And I find it interesting that 6 of Pentacles has the scales, because 7 is Libra scales. So it issues with the connection or what's stopping anyone from coming forward could be self versus relationships, like being independent versus being in a connection. Those could be themes affiliated with that 8 of Swords energy. Okay, definitely the case. Interesting that came out. I love when I get this a lot. I used to say, oh, it's rare. It's not. It comes out all the time. Chiron, you have hurt and heal. So it could be issues with that, like issues with identity, right? Like being comfortable with who you are and being with someone else, or fears of losing independence and losing yourself in a connection, or you know what I mean? Like it could be all of the things affiliated with that first, seventh house axis, or Aries, Libra axis, wherever that falls in your chart. But yeah, there's some trauma here associated with relationships, I can see. Okay. Possibly issues with intimacy. So let me see what Melanin Pop has to say about your crush. Okay. Tell me about Pile 3's crush and how they feel. What is that? Red flag is trying to come out. Let's get one more good shuffle. There we go. Tell me about Pile 3's person. Tell me about Pile 3's crush and how they feel about them. How does Pile 3's crush feel about them? Community. So it says groups, family, neighbors, polygamy. So it could be friendship based, or like friends of family and whatnot, because I see relationships and stuff. So yeah, it could be that, but community. And some of you may be dating other people, or this person's dating other people, and that's part of the connection, because you do have Sagittarius, the explorer. So it's someone that may be weighing all of their options, or there is a concern regarding that, or that may be getting someone going with that ignite and bear, because we do have the loyalty energy here, trying to figure that out. So I feel like that's an energy there, or some of you or them have trust issues around relationships and connections, and that's kind of the fear of pursuit. Okay, regardless of what stage you're at. So let's see. This came out actually in a different pile. I can't remember which one, but it came out upright. So in reverse, because you have I do everything, and in reverse it says releasing toxic relationships, revelations, and endings. So I do everything in reverse. The deep side wasn't a bad thing, I promise. It was really just the opposite energy. Like I do everything. It's a finding balance and wanting to figure out who does what and how, like knowing how to maneuver a connection. That's for those of you where this is like an established thing, where there's energy there, where there's a history there. Like again, if your crush is your partner or someone you've engaged on that level at some point, it's kind of making sure that it's a balance. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do get outside kind of slight player energy here with that house 1-7 and community, and I do everything in reverse. It's kind of like having your cake and eating it too, kind of being outside, having a lot of people, or dating around, or having options and pursuing them. So that may be a thing. Maybe someone doesn't want to let that go. Let me get one more and I'll take the bottom. Yeah, and it flew way over here by Chiron. So it says forest, abundance, hidden wells, transformation, growth. So it feels like a lot of possible secrecy or hidden energy. And at the bottom you do have give me space, time apart, boundaries, no contact. So I feel that some of you with the right, left, balancing of the scales, like your crush may be a little hot and cold with you, and you're not really sure where you stand with them. And there's the horn again, like who's to, like what's going on? Why are they laying on the horn outside? So, but like, it's like, come on, the time is now. Like, what are you doing? That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Like a crossroads, a decision that has to be made, just figuring out like if someone wants to date around, or pursue one person, or if someone wants to pursue anyone, or if they want to be single with the house 1, like wanting to be single versus in a relationship. That's kind of where your crush's space is, whether that's there. This is a good time for me to develop what I mean by that, whether that's how they actually feel, they're debating, they're dealing with that trauma, or if they see that in you, right? And that's the barrier that's holding them back. Okay, I can see that. So let's pull more, because exactly, give me space. It's like someone is like, listen, let me just take a minute, or possibly even a not ready. Okay, and you may have picked another pile, because I can see a lot of energy that may have already come out earlier. Tell me more about pile three's crush. How did they feel? It's 3 cards. I'll take them. And then the bottom, you do have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So if we're talking about an ex that was outside doing a lot, they may have secretly changed, and they may be coming in a little bit differently, a little more relationship minded. Okay, specifically for those of you where there's a history. And I see that with communities, like just dealing with a lot of people. Maybe you were the one investing too much into the connection. I say more than them, like an unequal balance. Someone was doing that. And then here's that forest of that hidden space, right? It says abundance, hidden wealth, transformation, and growth. So it's kind of like changing in private and then coming in. Okay, and that's why you have North Node is ascending, right? Stepping out of a comfort zone, confidence being the key to success. And especially if the person that was really in their single community energy, because regardless of if this is someone that's been dating around, whether that's you or them, or if this is someone that just really wants to just not even date around, be really single versus in a relationship, I feel like that is the one that is gonna have to make that move, because the person that whether it's you or your person, I don't know which sides are reading, it's general, it'll be a combination of you all. But with this I do everything, this person's like releasing of a toxic relationship, and they're not. So unless the one that's changing reveals the change, it's not going to happen, because you do have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. And then you have past life relationship. This one wants to be red. What is that? Oh, look, we'll keep it. It says past life relationship. You have known each other before. So again, a lot of you, this may be an ex with reconciliation, or past life relationship, or someone you've connected with or tried with or were pursuing, or someone that was your friend. But you have it as safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest love of all. And it came out with past love relationship. So yeah. And then you have soulmate. I'm not taking that in reverse. It just doesn't make sense. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay. Some of you, that is that resistance energy, and hence why it was trying to come out in reverse. Like either your resistance or their resistance in that 8 of Swords, okay? I do see love at first sight at the bottom of this deck. Let me get more. This is my second to last deck, and we'll close it out. Tell me more about Pile 3's person. How does Pile 3's crush feel about them? Tell me about how Pile 3's crush feels about them. Right. That was hot. Okay, let me get it. It's on the floor, and it did come out in reverse. And I'll take it because it came so adamantly and aggressively in reverse. It says control issues. By trying to control the situation, you'll only slow down your answered prayers. Let the divine take the lead. So someone here may have been trying to control the situation. If this is those of you where there's a heavy history, because this is my power. I don't want to say the most of you have a history, but at least half of you do, because it came through so prominently. Control issues with the bears, like that didn't work. If anything, it caused more resistance, more consistency, more indecisiveness. That is the energy. Some of you, again, this is a person that craves freedom, or you may be the one that craves the freedom, and trying to control anyone in any way with this possessive energy that I saw. It makes this person or you inconsistent, and this person's realizing that. So like, let me read it for a second as though this energy I'm reading is you. If this flighty, like free spirit is you, your person has realized that trying to be that bear, that control issues energy has not been working. It's not been helpful. It's been making you inconsistent and, distant and stagnant. This person's feeling to pull back. So if you haven't heard from them, or if they haven't been as engaged, that's why. Because they can feel your need for freedom, and it's creating space from them. Like they're saying in their mind, they're like, oh no, right? And it doesn't even have to be like a hostile or an aggressive energy. It's just like if you need space, they'll give you the space. And if you want to be a free spirit, especially if you're dating around, because again, this is still crush. So this is not like someone you're committed to. So you don't have to feel obligated to like be that invested at this stage. For those of you where it's early, that said, this person's right to not engage in that energy exists as well. So that may be why your crush either backed off, or they're holding back. You're not really hearing. They seem indecisive because like you're a little too much of a free spirit for them, and they're looking for something a little more stable. So they much rather take the space than deal with the trauma in that Chiron card that they feel will come from the situation. Okay. Yeah, that was a lot. Okay, let me get more. I want 2 more, and I'll take the bottom. Tell me about Pile 3's crush. How are they feeling about Pile 3? Thank you. Oh, well, I'll grab these from the floor, and then I'll read that one, and we'll pull to close out. We'll close out this deck. I have another deck. Let's see. Forgive and heal. As you forgive and heal, your love life becomes brighter and healthier. Yeah, this person may be like regardless of which side. Okay, so if you are the side that's been all free spirit, the person's not. They're not free. They're not in a negative space. They're just releasing control. Like they're still cool, right? It's safe for you to love, reconciliation, trust. Like they're fine. They're just pulling back. Those of you where this energy is them, they're hoping that you backing off is giving you the space to kind of heal as they work through what they want. And they're hoping that, because a lot of you, most of you, this person, even though they're the free spirit type, they want you. They're just used to living like that and being that way. So they're hoping that you'll there can be a reconciliation of some kind. Okay, so let me get this last card, and I'll take the bottom from here, and we'll hop right into that twin flame soulmate oracle. Yeah, this person. Okay, so depending on the stage of the connection, if this is mature energy, like you're familiar with one another, you've dated, you tried to date, there's a history of a friendship, or this is an actual ex, this person wants a fresh start. Okay, this person wants a fresh start with getting to know you, getting to know each other, incoming energy. Now, if you are a person that this is a crush, someone you barely know, maybe one date, didn't even get the date, got the numbers, or this is someone that you have a crush on them, but they may have a bit of a reputation, or you have a crush on them, but you might have a bit of a reputation. This person is interested in getting to know you. Okay, so it says enjoy discovering new commonalities, goals, and dreams as you get to learn more about each other. Okay, and then the bottom you have higher self. No matter how dark or muddy your path may be, trust the guidance of your higher self. Some of you, okay, so I'm going to read both sides real quick before I take that last deck. That's that energy I was coming through with that grizzly bear. Okay, a bear and a lily, that really protective over the sensual energy, not knowing what to do at the crossroads, letters, like messages, communications. If your person has a reputation, and I'll read it from your perspective, if you have a reputation for kind of being a free spirit, being a bit open with your sensual energy and dating and whatnot. if your person has that, they're concerned that you're going to be indecisive about engaging them in a sense. Okay. If you are that energy, your person's kind of trying to keep an open mind, right? Especially if they have trauma associated with dating people like that. They're trying to keep an open mind to get to know you. And they're trying not to project that onto you with control issues in reverse, right? Okay, like they're interested in giving it a fair shot, especially my brand news. Okay, now if this isn't a sensual free spirit in terms of sensual and dating energy, if this is free spirit of I don't want to be tied down, I'd rather be doing my own thing, I don't want to have a compromise, I don't want to date anyone, this person can see that hyper independence, and I'll call it that, but the rude term would be kind of selfish energy. They kind of sense that hyper independence or that selfish energy, or they've heard about it, but they're still willing to, or are debating on whether or not they'll go there with you. Others of you, same thing. It's the other thing. Your person might have that hyper independent energy, and they're at a crossroads where they're deciding, like, am I willing to step out of my selfish tendencies so that I can be in a connection? Because again, house 1 and 7, those are major themes of this pile. So those are some of the 4 scenarios. I see more. There's a bunch of combinations. It could actually be a hybrid of all of it. Like one, it doesn't have to be one or the other. You could be mirroring lots of general scenarios since there's a bunch of you here. All right. But let me get my 3 cards from this Twin Flame Soulmate Oracle, and we will close this out. So let me get my last messages for how Pile 3's crush feels about them. What does Pile 3 need to know about how their crush feels about them? Give me 3 cards, please, for Pile 3 on how their crush feels about them. That's actually 2, and I will pull another one. The future. Well, they feel like you could be it, right? And we have the house 7. That first house, 7th house axis is here. 6 of Pentacles. We got soulmate. Yeah, I mean, we've got indicators of that energy, right? But here it is, the future. This person sees you as their future, and they're hoping that you two could grow something. You two could grow and develop a future. Especially those of you where there's a history. They're hoping that the past doesn't stop the future. You have separate, which, yeah, we talked about that energy, like distance. Some of you may be no contact, but again, they feel like it's a missing piece of their heart in that sense, and they're hoping, especially with that here, that there's a future between the 2 of you. Give me one more. Tell me more about how Pile 3's crush is feeling about them. We'll take the bottom and close this out for real. Tell me about Pile 3's crush, person that has I'm saying person that has a crush. So this person may have a crush on you. If you didn't see my previous video, you might want to select it so that you can see like how this person feels about you, see if they resonate in that one, because this feels like a mutual pile for sure. And at the bottom, you do have tie the knot. That's 2 cards that just really flew. At the bottom, you've got that twin flame card that comes out. So you two may be mirroring, but they do feel like you're the one for them since you have soulmate and twin flame, and then higher self is also on the table. And then, yeah, there might be a bit of a disconnect right now. Memories is under that. There's a bit of a disconnect right now. But this person kind of sees you as in-game regardless. You have chemistry. That's that sensual energy I had coming through. And they do feel like you work well, especially if there's a fear of getting hurt, right? With Chiron, there's a fear of getting hurt. This person may be putting space between the 2 of you, or you may be putting space between the 2 of you out of fear of getting hurt with giving space over here with Chiron, okay? But yeah, that chemistry, regardless of what people say, regardless of the perceptions you have of one another, there's still a heavy ignited chemistry. And then there's a connection on a soul level, right? Your higher selves, especially with twin flame and soulmate coming out, might be a high level connection of that nature, but it does say soul level, okay? So that is all I have for you today, Pile 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.